Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadha, Shivasti Gaur, Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is Tuesday. It is 27th of January and it is Madhav Masa, Magha Masa, Sukla Paksham and Navami Tithi. So there is one event today. So today is the disappearance day of Sripad Madhvacharya, who is named in our disciplic succession, Parampara. So that's why it is also our parampara is called Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, a line that includes Brahma, Narada, Vyasadeva, and Madhva and Lord Chaitanya. Okay, so just a few lines from the special Vaishnava days. From the introduction of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam explains that Krishna imparted knowledge into the heart of Brahma, the first created being within the universe. Brahma imparted those lessons to his disciple Narada, and Narada imparted that knowledge to his disciple Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva imparted it to Madhvacharya, and from Madhvacharya, the knowledge came down to Madhavendra Puri and then to Ishvara Puri, and from him to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so few pastimes of Madhvacharya. So in his childhood, Madhvacharya was known as Vasudeva, and there are some wonderful stories surrounding him. It is said that once when his father had piled up many debts, Madhvacharya converted tamarind seeds into actual coins to pay them off. When he was 5 years old, he was offered the sacred thread. A demon named Maniman lived near his abode in the form of a snake, and at the age of 5, Madhvacharya killed that snake with the toe of his left foot. When his mother was very much disturbed, he could appear before her in one jump. He was a great scholar even in childhood, and although his father did not agree, he accepted sannyasa at the age of 12. Upon receiving sannyas from Achyuta Preksha, he received the name Purna Prajna Tirtha. After traveling all over India, he finally discussed scriptures with Vidya Shankara, the exalted leader of Sringeri Mata. Vidya Shankara was actually diminished in the presence of Madhvacharya. Accompanied by Satyatirtha, Madhvacharya went to Badrikashrama. It was there that he met Vyasadeva and explained his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita before him. Thus, he became a great scholar by studying before Vyasadeva. By the time he came to the Anandamata from Badrikashrama, Madhvacharya had finished his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. His companion Satyatirtha wrote down the entire commentary. When Madhvacharya returned from Badrikashrama, he went to Ganjama, which is on the bank of the river Godavari. There he met with two learned scholars named Shobhana Bhatta and Swami Shastri. Later, these scholars became known in the disciplic succession of Madhvacharya as Padmanabha Tirtha and Narahari Tirtha. When he returned to Udupi, he would sometimes bathe in the ocean. On such an occasion, he composed a prayer in 5 chapters. Once he sitting beside the sea, engrossed in meditation upon Lord Sri Krishna, he saw that a large boat containing goods for Dwarka was in danger. He gave some signs by which the boat could approach the shore, and it was saved. The owners of the boat wanted to give him a present, and at the time Madhvacharya agreed to take some gopi chandana. He received a big lump of gopi chandana, and as it was being brought to him, it broke apart and revealed a large deity of Lord Krishna. The deity had a stick in one hand and a lump of food in the other. As soon as Madhvacharya received the deity of Krishna in this way, he composed a prayer. The deity was so heavy that not even 30 people could lift it. Yet, Madhvacharya personally brought this deity to Udupi. 8 of Madhvacharya's sannyasi disciples became directors of his 8 monasteries. Worship of the Lord Krishna deity is still going on at Udupi according to the plans Madhvacharya established. Madhvacharya then, for the second time, visited Badrikashrama while he was passing through. Maharashtra, the local king was digging a big lake for the public benefit. As Madhvacharya passed through that area with his disciples, he was also obligated to help in the excavation. After some time, when Madhvacharya visited the king, he engaged the king in that work and departed with his disciples. Often in the province of Ganga Pradesha, there were fights between Hindus and Muslims. The Hindus were one bank of the river and the Muslims on the other. Due to the community tension, no boat was available for crossing the river. The Muslim soldiers were always stopping passengers on the other side, but Madhvacharya did not care for these soldiers. He crossed the river anyway, and when he met the soldiers on the other side, he was brought before the king. The Muslim king was so pleased with him that he wanted to give him a kingdom and some money, but Madhvacharya refused. While walking on the road, he was attacked by some dacoits, but by his bodily strength he killed them all. When his companion Satyatirtha was attacked by a tiger, Madhvacharya separated them by virtue of his great strength. When he met Vyasadeva, he received from him the Salagram Sila known as Astamurti. After this, he summarized the Mahabharata. Madhvacharya's devotion to the Lord and his erudite scholarship became known throughout India. Consequently, the owners of the Sringeri Mata established by Shankaracharya became a little perturbed. At that time, the followers of Shankaracharya were afraid of Madhvacharya's rising power, and they began to tease Madhvacharya's disciples in many ways. There was even an attempt to prove that disciplic succession of Madhvacharya was not in line with Vedic principles. A person named Pundarika Puri, a follower of the uh, Mayavada philosophy of Shankaracharya, came before Madhvacharya to discuss the Shastras. It is said that all of Madhvacharya's books were taken away, but later they were found with the help of King Jayashimha, ruler of Kumla. In discussion, Pundarikapuri was defeated by Madhvacharya, a great personality named Trivikramacharya, who was a resident of Vishnu Mangala, became Madhvacharya's disciple, and his son later became Narayanacharya, the composer of Sri Madhva Vijaya. After the death of Trivikramacharya, the younger brother of Narayanacharya took sannyasa and later became known as Vishnu Tirtha. Okay, it was reputed that there was no limit to the body strength of Purna Prajna or Madhvacharya. There was a person named Kadanjari, who was famed for possessing the strength of 30 men. Madhvacharya placed the big toe of his foot upon the ground and asked the man to separate it from the ground. But the great strong man could not do so even after great effort. Srila Madhvacharya passed from this material world at the age of 80 while writing a commentary on the Aitreya Upanishad. For further information about Madhvacharya, one should read Madhva Vijaya by Narayanacharya. Okay, this is the beautiful pastimes of Madhvacharya. I shall share it later on in the group. Okay, that is from the events perspective. So for now, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura about the Lord Brahma's position. So he's sitting on the lotus flower. Lotus flower is situated in the water, great water, and where the violent wind was blowing the water as well as the lotus flower. So it was compitum, it was trembling. So during that time, Brahma, by his austerities and meditation, that knowledge, that power, he has drunk all the air and water, both of them. So tapasa hi edamanena vidhyaya cha atma samstaya vivruddha vijnana balo nyapad. Nyapad means he has swallowed. Nyapad vayum saha ambhasa along with water. He drank all the water and the air both. After saying that, now further Maitreya Muni is saying what Brahma has done. So he says that now he has drunk, there is not much water now. So the lotus flower is there. Now he's seeing that lotus flower, how he needs to create the planetary systems as it was before. So he was contemplating. Likewise, so Maitreya Muni is mentioning about his contemplation. All the planetary systems, they are merged within the lotus flower. So whenever Brahma came from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, so all the living entities are within the Brahma itself, because living entities previously in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, now they are all coming through the lotus flower. Now they are with Brahma now. So Brahma is going to create. Okay, Brahma has come from the. So when we say Brahma created living beings, means there aboriginal, even Brahma also coming from Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 10, verse number 7. तद्विलोक्य वेद्वापि पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राग्लीनान् कल्पितास्मि इति अचिन्तयत् तद्विलोक्य वेद्वापि tadbhilokya. So Brahma looking into that lotus flower, tadbhilokya, the vyat vyapi, it is extensively widespread. It's a gigantic lotus flower. It is widespread. Vilokya vyat vyapi, pushkaram yad adhishtitam, pushkaram, the lotus flower, yad adhishtitam, where Brahma is situated. Yad adhishtitam, that which, where Brahma is situated. Pushkaram yad adhishtitam anena lokan praglinan anena lokan. And by this, lokan, all the planets, praglinan, and they previously merged within the merged in dissolution. They are situated in the lotus flower. Kalpita asmi, I shall create this. Achintayat, he was thinking, iti, in this way, I will create these planet systems back again. Or how can I create this 14 planet systems again? He was achintayat, he was thinking. Okay, this is his contemplation about the creation. Later on, he will create further how he is going to split. So tadvilokya vidvapi pushkaram yad adhishtitam anena lokan praglinan kalpitasmi iti achintayat. A translation. Thereafter he saw that the lotus on which he was situated was spread throughout the universe, and he contemplated how to create all the planets which were previously measured in that very same lotus. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request Asha Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. The seeds of all the planets in the universe were impregnated in the lotus on which Brahma was situated. All the planets were already generated by the Lord, and all the living entities were also born in Brahma. The material world and the living entities were all already generated in seeding forms by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Brahma was to disseminate the same seedings all over the universe. The real creation is therefore called Sarka, and later on the manifestation by Brahma is called Visarka. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Kalakyasarita Karmatantro Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe. When Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, he is seeing all the living entities. Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe. In his body, he sees that they are turning into the bluish, because it is the time Kalakyasarita Karmatantro. So during Karma Tantra, in order to carry out these fruitive activities. So at the time, this lotus flower, Nabin Shushanta Bijjata, Shushan Tada Abhijjata. So this lotus flower, it was sprouted from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, all the living entities. And now the Brahma has come. Brahma has brought all the living entities as well along with him within the lotus flower. Now living entities with the Brahma now. They're all coming from body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu now. So here they are in the form of the seed of all the planets also in the lotus flower, and Brahman contains all the living entities. This lotus flower contains all the ingredients. The stem of that lotus flower, all the 14 planetary systems, they are situated within the stem. Lotus flower on the top, the flower bit, Brahma where he is situated, that is called Satyaloka. So here, the seed of all planets in the universe were impregnated in the lotus on which Brahma was situated. Okay, all the planets were already generated by the Lord, and all the living entities were also born in Brahma. So planetary systems, there is already plan. For everything, there is a plan. But it is either it is manifested in front of our eyes or not. That only the matters. But everything is already there. We would take part into that kind of the plan. We would take part our roles into that plan. For example, whenever Srila Prabhupada is spreading Krishna consciousness, everything is there. So dharma, adharma, they will be just going on, but in different proportions according to the time, place, and circumstances. But everything is there, but Lord will use the devotees as an instruments to manifest. And all, even the sometimes whatever is happening in this world, that is destruction of the people or fighting between the people, it is also a plan. Everything is not, there is no by chance or by accident, by something like that. But everything is going on plan. But here, either karma is also in the seedling form because of some seeds are sprouting, some are all in the middle, some are all in the beginning stages. But here, based on the time, place, and circumstances, everything takes place. But here it is said that all the planets were already generated by the Lord, and all the living entities were also born in Brahma. Now, the material world and all the living entities were all already generated in seedling forms by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Brahma was to disseminate the same seedlings all over the universe. So that is, he is acting as an instrument. And the real creation is therefore called Sarga, and later on the manifestation by Brahma is called Visarga. Okay, this is the primary and secondary. Out of the 10 topics, these are the 2 topics. Atra Sargo Visargasha Sthanam Poshanam Mutayah Manvantara Ishanukata Nirodho Mukti Ashrayaha. These are the 10 topics. Okay, out of the Sarga and Visarga. Lord creates a Sarga, that is primary creation. And secondary creation is by the manifestation, that is Brahma takes part in the part of creating Visarga. This is called Visarga process. Okay, that is from this purport. He likewise Maitreya Muni is saying, Tadvilokya vidvapi pushkaram yadadishtitam anena lokan praglinan kalpitasmi iti achintayat. Can I request all devotees to kindly recite line by line behind me? Tadvilokya vyadvapi
तद्विलोक्य यद्व्यापि
pushkaram yadadishtitam
पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम्
anena lokan praglinan
अनेन लोकान् प्राग्लीन्
kalpitasmi iti achintayat.
कल्पितास्मीति अचिन्तयत्
Just here. Tad vilokya vyadvapi pushkaram yad adhishtitam anena lokan praglenan kalpitasmi iti achintayat. So here kalpitasmi iti achintayat. Tadvilokya vyadvape
तद्विलोक्य वियद्व्यापी
pushkaram yad adhishtitam
पुष्करं यद्
यदधिष्ठितम्
anena lokan pragleenan
अनेन
अनेन
लोकान्
लोकान् प्राक्लीनान्
kalpitamasmi iti achintayat.
कल्पितास्मि
कल्पितास्मि अञ्चितयत्
Tadvilokya vyadvape
तद्विलोक्य
तद्विलोक्य
वियद्व्यापी
pushkaram yad adhishtitam
पुष्करं यद्
अधिष्ठितम्
anena lokan pragleenan
अनेन लोकान्
लोकान्
प्राक्लीनान्
प्राक्लीनान्
kalpitamasmi iti achintayat.
कल्पितास्मि इति अञ्चिन्त्य
Very nice, thank you. Can I request devotees kindly take turns to recite? Sanchita Mataji, would you like to go first?
तद्विलोक्य वियद्व्यापी पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राग्लीनान् कल्पितास्मि इति अचिन्तयात्. Can I do once more, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
तद्विलोक्य व्यापी पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राग्लीनान् कल्पितास्मि इति अचिन्तयात्. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. तद्विलोक्य वियद्व्यापी पुष्करं यदधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राक्लीनान् कल्पितामस्मीत्यपि चिन्तयत्.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. तद्विलोक्य वियद्व्यापी पुष्करं यत् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राक्लीनान् कल्पितास् इति अचिन्तयत्.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Debashish Prabhuji. Meena Mataji, please. Meena.
हरे कृष्ण तद्विलोक्य वियद्व्यापी पुष्करं यद् अधिष्ठितम् अनेन लोकान् प्राक्लीनान् कल्पिता अस्मित् इति अञ्चिन्तयत्.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tadvilokya viyadabhyapi puskaram yadaditistatam anena lokan praglinan kalpitasmitya chintaya. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Tadvilokya viyadvyapi pushkaram yad adhishtitam anena lokan praglinan kalpita asmi iti achintayat. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Would you also read the translation once, Mataji, please?
Yes, thank you. Thereafter he saw that the lotus on which he was situated was spread throughout the universe, and he contemplated how to create all the planets which were previously merged in that very same lotus. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so in the next shloka, it is described just only he is going to split that lotus into 14 divisions. First 3 divisions and then 14 divisions. We will see that one next day. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's letter to today letter to Jitendriya, February 22nd, 1971, Bombay. Okay, can I request Devashish Prabhuji to read this letter, please? Any other devotees, volunteer devotees, please? Sanchita Mataji, would you like to read? Are there any other Jai Mataji?
Hare Krishna, yes, I will try. Thank you. My dear Jitendriya, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letters dated 14th and 28th January 1971, respectively, and have noted the contents carefully. Also, I have received your check of $15 for my maintenance fund, and I thank you very much for this. You write to say that simply you want to surrender, but according to the preface of TLC, you will find that surrender means to act favorably to develop Krishna consciousness, to reject everything unfavorable, to have full faith in Krishna that he will give protection to his pure devotee, to keep oneself as one of the dependent devotees of the Lord, to have no separate interest beside the interest of the Lord, to always feel meek and humble. These things are surrender. And it is then that there is no question of weakness. Our spiritual strength lies in steadfastly following the regulative principles also. And once stopped, then immediately there is fall down, and all that has been accomplished becomes choked up. So to keep ourselves fit in spiritual life, we must strictly follow the principles and chant at least 16 attentive round of beads daily and without fail. Otherwise, everything else loses its potency. At first, there may be some inconveniences and they may appear like poison, but we must tolerate them, and Krishna, seeing our sincerity, will surely help us. This material world is such a miserable place that if we were not tolerant, we couldn't stay here for a moment. So simply continue this process diligently, and my full blessings are there. So far as your wife is concerned, the wife can be Maya and at the same time a great friend. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remarked that the wife is the goddess of fortune somewhere, and somewhere she is a witch. Anyways, you must be a very strong grihastha, and instead of being influenced by your wife, you must influence her to take very seriously to Krishna consciousness. If you set the example, soon she will follow. That is natural. So simply be determined in your effort, and Krishna will give you all the strength necessary to carry on. I'm so glad to know that you are arranging so many outside engagements. They afford ideal opportunity for presenting our books and making life members also. Especially you can approach the influential class in this way. We have got good experience of this in India. So continue wholeheartedly with this program and let me know what progress you are making. PTO, please offer my blessings to the others, hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, I'm just amazed at how much Prabhupada, spends so much time writing all these beautiful letters, and in each and every letter we learn so much from him, and he gives so much guidance. So here he's writing to Jitendriya Prabhuji, firstly thanking him for the maintenance fund and because he needs that. So he's just thanking him for that. But the main thing here is he's talking about surrender, that I think he's just making it clear what surrender really means and asking him to refer to the teachings of Lord Chaitanya book and read the preface. And it says to act favorably to develop Krishna consciousness. To act favorably, like everything has to be according to the Vedic principles and what Krishna consciousness is all about. To act purely, sincerely, diligently, with determination, and to have faith, to reject everything unfavorable. So I'm guessing that the association, if they don't mean much in material world, any place is also association, all those things where you are not learning too much from it and not progressing in your spiritual life, then it's best to just reject that. To have full faith in Krishna, that you need above all as well, because without faith, without trust and faith, we won't be able to learn. Faith that Krishna will give protection all times, like we have seen examples of Draupadi and all that. Then to keep oneself as one of the dependent devotees of the Lord. I don't understand that fully, but I'm guessing, like you have to be like a servant to a devotee of the Lord all the time. So always act as a servant of the servant. Because then Krishna will look favorably, Krishna will appreciate that you are serving the devotees, and that's what Krishna likes, to have no separate interest beside the interest of the Lord. So keeping Lord in the center all the time, and always think when you are even like cooking or doing anything, it's what would Krishna like. Krishna would like this, that's what I have to do, rather than what we would like. And always feel meek and humble. So I don't know the verse fully, but I know it's the third verse of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. Tranad Pina Sni Suchena. Prabhuji, you might have to tell me about that. So that's all about surrender. Then there is no question of weakness, he said. And he also said that you need to follow the regulative principles, chant all the time, because once you start missing little by little, then there is chance that you will fall down. And then that whole thing that you have built up will start losing its potency. So he said that, following the spiritual path is hard. It will be difficult. There will be many thorns in it, but you just tolerate all the time. And then be very determined, be very sincere, honest, and pure, and that will help you. And so it's mostly about tolerance. He's saying just tolerate any difficulties that come your way, and then things will get better. There's always like a silver lining in the sky. And then he's giving full blessings, and he said you will progress if you follow all this. Then he's talking about the wife again. The other day we also read it. Women can be Maya, but also a great a friend as well. Depends how they are treated and how they are. So he said that wife can help you to progress, but sometimes they can also bewitch you as well. But if you are strong, then you would be able to keep your wife in order and influence her even to follow your path. So he said you have to set a good example, and then things will improve in the marriage life. And then he's happy with other engagements that Prabhuji is doing, and how the book distribution is going, making life members, because revenue, a lot of it depends on our on the life membership. So he's saying approach all the influential class, because you'll get obviously Lakshmi from them. And then he said just continue with all this, and you will definitely make progress. And he's just giving blessings. Thank you, Prabhuji. Sorry about the verse, as I'm not very good with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. You did very beautifully, Mataji. Nicely summarized all points. Okay, any other points, devotees, you wanted to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, Mataji has added all the point, yeah, so nicely explained, step by step. So, yeah, just one small thing that in beginning, like, to coming the Krishna is like a poison. There's something Prabhupada has mentioned, but afterwards it helps, like, mm, something thing here, someone mentioned.
Yes, Mataji.
Appears like poison, but we must tolerate. Yeah, so first try, yeah. So, yeah, but Mataji already mentioned, but and that is like, the important point which Mataji already mentioned, but I thought I'll just repeat.
Mataji. Another piece Mataji, you wanted to say that verse, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Oh, so you're asking Meena Mataji? Yes, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I also don't know by heart. So, so yeah,
May I
Mataji
take
can
over?
say it.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. So it's from the Sikshashtakam, the third verse. Trinadapi sunichena tarurapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. So it's like be as humble as the blade of grass and be as tolerant as the mm, tree, Tarurapi, and Amanina Manadena. Give respect to those even who don't give respect to you, and always be like Kirtaniya Sadahari, always be in the chanting and glorifying the Lord. That's what. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to add any more points, Mataji?
No, Prabhu, Mataji, yeah, Jai Mataji has so beautifully done this letter. So we were very, it was sometimes it's really nice to hear other devotees. So sorry, I was offering that time, I couldn't do when you asked my name. So yeah, but she has done it, yeah, very nicely. No other point. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other points, dear devotee? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyena krishnana seelanam bhaktiruttama. So this is Anya vilasita sunyam, reject everything. Jnana karmadi anavrutam, and completely only for the sake of Krishna. No more karma, no more jnana. We transcend those levels and enter into the bhakti. Jnana karma adi anavritam. No more mishra bhakti. It is pure bhakti. Anukulyena Krishnanu seelanam. Favorably to develop Krishna consciousness. That is bhakti ruttama, the topmost pure devotion. Okay, no more separate. This is anyavila sunyam. This is no more side interests. Rejecting everything which is unfavorable. Okay, over a few points. Okay, so that's all from Srila Prabhupada's letter. There are many points. Mataji explained nicely. But when we do anything wholeheartedly with this program, and that is very, very important thing. Wholeheartedly, one has to love this one. So though initially it may be poison, later on it will turn into the nectarian part. Tadagre Bishimiva Parinamya Amrutopamam. That is in the mode of goodness. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Tuesday. It is preaching practice session at 8 p.m. by Asha Mataji. And then our daily japa at 6:30 p.m. Okay, these are our upcoming events. And also we are coming nearer to Ekadasi. Ekadasi is on Thursday. By me Ekadasi is on Thursday. Apart from that, I don't have any much updates. And also just reminding, we are also coming near to 31st of January, end of historic of that fundraise Lakshmi contribution. Okay, that is 31st. So still we are at around 600, I think, which I have shared the updates and the last. After that, I haven't seen much progress on the funds contribution by the devotees. Okay, that's all from the update side from me. And the devotees, if you got any updates, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Just small question from that purport, just we read today. So like all the creation, like, done by Brahma. But Brahma has also life. Like then how does afterwards happen to all the creation also, like this dissemination or count, or like, this Brahma also have 100 years life, and then afterwards new Brahma, and then what happened, all other, like whatever creation they made, that
It
also
will,
destroyed, or
it will be submerged in the waters. That is the lotus stem of the lotus flower. What it is when praglenan, it is previously merged in the dissolution, where it is it is used. It is in the all the planet systems in the pushkaram, the lotus flower. So later, when we see in the next shloka, when he says, um, Lord Brahma entered into the whole of the lotus. He is in the whole, and it is spread all over the universe. He divided it into 3 divisions of worlds and later into 14 divisions. So here Prabhupada is describing based on the divisions for inhabitation by different types of living entities. I think somewhere here it is mentioned in the stem of the lotus flower. He divided that into 14 planet systems.
Brahma, you mean?
Brahma, yes. But all the planet systems, they are situated within the lotus flower itself.
Yeah, but like Brahma life is end as well, then all the creation also destroys same time, like whatever Brahma has created, that
Yes,
like as a human or whatever, like animal or whatever, that also, like when Kali Yuga is finished, everything is gone, like that.
yes. So here, Brahma lives for Dviparada time and the 2 paradas. So that is 50 years in our calculations, approximately 50 years and 50 years. He has passed 50 years now, 50 second half of his lifespan. And then once he leaves his body, then the dissolution of this universe also takes place.
And then new Brahma, other Brahma comes and he
And
create another, like that.
then all these material ingredients, it will merge within the Mahatattva.
Okay.
And then later on, again, so another universe. So the living entities, they will go back to body of Mahavishnu. When this universe is dissoluted, what happens? All the living entities enter into the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu goes back into Karnodak Sai Vishnu. Later on, from the body of Karnodak Sai Vishnu, new universes come. Yah Karnanav Jale Bhajisma Yoga Nidramananta Jagadanda Saroma Kopaha. So many universes coming from the bodily parts of Karnadak Sai Vishnu. Again, new universes sprout from his body, and then it will develop again. Garbhodak Sai, he expands his Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, enters into that universe. Again, new Brahma comes and taking the ingredients of Mahatattva, again taking those ingredients, new universe will form.
But the soul will be same, isn't it? All the souls.
Yes, individual souls are they are separate. Yes.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
And those souls are always situated as long as they have tendency to enjoy this material nature. They will be performing, accepting one material body and carrying out their fruitive activities in one of the universes. Otherwise, they will be merged within the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, or they will be measured in the Karnada Sai Vishnu's body. Okay, those are the Purusha's expansions of Krishna.
And then when Satyug comes, then all this same according to their karma, again they get this body, and even then Satyuga as well.
Yes, and once again within this universe, again the clock starts ticking. So during that time, the yugas will Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga. But actually, it is Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. That is the sequence. But actually, this particular cycle, 28th cycle of Vaivashtamanu, it is Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, they are overlapped. So that's why Treta Yuga came first, then Dwapara Yuga. That's why we are all thinking that Treta Yuga is the second one, but actually Dwapara Yuga is the second, Treta Yuga is Tra, Dwa is second, Tra is third, Kali Yuga is the fourth one, Satya Yuga is the first one. Okay, that cycle continues.
And then Krishna came in the Dwapar Yuga, isn't it?
Krishna comes in Dwapara Yuga, but not in every Dwapara Yuga.
Okay, so
In the Brahma's day, there are 1,000 yoga cycles, and in right now there are 7 manvantaras, and we are in the Vaivashta manvantara. Within that, there is a 20. Each manvantara contains 71 cycles, and we are in the 28th cycle. So within this 28th cycle, again Satya Yuga. In 20 cycle is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga. All other cycles, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Treta Yuga, and then Kali Yuga. So in this one, Krishna has appeared. But in the Brahma's day, the 28 incarnations we see, that is all incarnations of Brahma's day, the prominent ones. And Lord Ramachandra has appeared prominently in the 24th cycle of Vaivashta Manvantara, 24th.
not each yuga, not Ramchandra also come.
Yes, not each yuga is going to, Lord will directly appear, but there are incarnations come.
Okay.
But prominent ones on this 28th cycle, and Dwapara Yuga, Krishna comes, 24th cycle, Lord Ramchandra. Like there are so many other cycles as well, but not other cycles are prominently described in the scripture, in the Bhagavatam especially. We did not see that.
Okay. Okay, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes not every yuga.
Yeah, following Krishna's appearance,
Krishna's appearance, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. But there are so many other avatara hi asinkeya harehe satpuni dvijaha yada vidasinaha kulyaha sarasaha syuho sahasrashaha innumerable incarnations keep on coming in. Okay, not only these things, but according to the time, place, and circumstances.
So like just we have here Kali Yuga, in other universe they might be have Satyuga like that, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Sorry for your time, sorry, Raj.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay.
Sorry for the time, like
No worries, Mataji. That's all right, Mataji. Okay, any other question? Any updates, devotees? Okay, if there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with the jam. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna conscious day, everyone.